Hey there! Good job on clicking on this video. You are about to watch me build a converted restaurant in The Sims 3. In my last video, I built this lot in The Sims 4 as an actual restaurant, so if you haven't seen that video, feel free to go and check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. I thought what would be fun for this video would be to build it as a house. The original construction is inspired by an actual restaurant that is near where I live, and the building dates from the 18th century, so for some reason I decided to build this in Dragon Valley. Dragon Valley is a world in The Sims 3 and it's got a sort of historical vibe to it, so I thought that would be quite suitable. And I've also never built in this world before. In fact, I've not played that much in Dragon Valley at all, but it is kind of a cool world. It is. I would say that it is. Yes, I would. Suffice to say, it's always interesting adapting a build that you've created in one version of The Sims into another version of The Sims. Let me tell you why. The lighting in The Sims 3, it's difficult to see what you're doing in comparison to The Sims 4. Recently-ish, I have just been building in The Sims 4. I haven't built anything in The Sims 3 for quite a while. Suffice to say, it can be a bit challenging switching from one version of The Sims to another if you're not used to it. The first main difference between The Sims 3 and The Sims 4 is that we have Create a Style in The Sims 3, which lets you change the color, pattern, texture of basically everything. Although this is really good in theory, it's quite time consuming if you're not used to using it and you don't have pre-saved colors and textures that you already like that you can just apply to objects. So I spent quite a lot of time when I was building this trying to figure out what colors I wanted and what colors I didn't want and what textures I wanted, and so that can make the process a bit more time consuming in comparison to The Sims 4, which just has preset swatches and you just choose the one that you like the best. So there's that to consider. Yes, there is. Another difficulty I had building this was the fireplaces, which seemed to be quite glitchy for me. I don't remember fireplaces being glitchy before, but when I was trying to place them, they would sort of separate and then stick back together again. I don't know how to explain. It's weird because in The Sims 4 you place a fireplace and then you add a chimney piece on the top of the building, whereas in The Sims 3, and I believe The Sims 2 is the same as well, where you place the fireplace, the chimney will automatically show up on the roof, as if to say the game understands that you cannot have a fireplace without a chimney, because obviously where there's a fireplace there has to be fire, where there's fire there has to be smoke, where there's smoke the smoke has to go out somewhere. So what I did was, as in my previous video, I built these sort of little square sections behind the fireplace to show where the chimney would be, and on the upper floor there are actually chimney pieces, but for some reason on the ground floor the chimney piece is separated. I don't know what happened with this glitch, but something happened. And of course there are chimneys on the roof. Something else that challenged me considerably was the placing of the stairs in this version of the build. I don't know why and I don't know what I did, but the stairs were like 1 square longer in The Sims 3 than in The Sims 4, and I'm not sure what was going on with that. However, spiral staircases saved the day. Spiral staircases don't exist in The Sims 4 at the time of this recording, but they do in The Sims 3, so I was like, you know what, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a spiral staircase in the corner instead. So that just saves space, I guess, and it's just really a cool addition. Is it in keeping with the aesthetic? I'm not sure, but I'm not that bothered. I decided kind of early on to not care too much about sticking to a really strict period aesthetic. I decided not to do that. Dragon Valley, I think, is supposed to be set in the 14th century or something, and I had in my mind that this building was from the 18th century, but does anyone really care? I don't think so. It's just a creation. So yes, there's electricity, there's running water, there's a computer, a television, etc., etc. I feel like the creators of the Dragon Valley world tried to make the pre-built houses in Dragon Valley feel like they were kind of almost believable from medieval times. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like the thing is, it's a little bit, I always say immersion breaking, but it is a bit immersion breaking when your Sims have like a cell phone and there are cars driving past, but the world is supposed to be set in medieval times. But it is what it is, and I still think it's a cool world, and I stand by my choice in building in this world. Yes, I do. At one point or another, I decided I'm gonna have to put a lot of lights into this house because the rooms are so dark and I can't see what I'm doing. So yeah, there absolutely is electricity. I feel like I could maybe use some kind of lighting mod for The Sims 3 to make the rooms look brighter. Sometimes when you place like a chandelier or a ceiling light of some kind over a surface, the surface like goes really bright, like white or very light colored, and you can't see what color that object is. In that sense, the lighting is just very harsh, but it's so funny because I actually really do like the way everything looks in The Sims 3. I think it's more kind of realistic looking, where Sims 4 has this cartoony look, which I do like as well. It just sort of depends what mood you're in on the day, as it were. Unlike the Sims 4 version of this build, I didn't place a play park at the back of the house. Other changes I made, I did add an extra bathroom on the first floor, or second floor, whatever you want to call it, because that far room on the right I turned into a bedroom, and I thought, you know, they should really have an ensuite rather than just like the main bathroom that's at the top of the stairs. So that's like one change that I did actually go for in the floor plan itself. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I feel like I want to build more in The Sims 3. I think it's just like practice and learning to go out of your comfort zone. I'm also missing more of the packs for The Sims 3, but I think it matters a bit less in build mode and buy mode because you've got the creator style, so you can just change the color and texture of all the objects anyway, so there's less need for extra objects, for more objects. I would like to see creator style in The Sims 5 Project Renee. From the teasers that they revealed already, it looks like there is going to be something similar to it, at least in the buy mode, like the build mode. I don't know about the creator sim. Yeah, I do think The Sims 4 is like worse off for not having it, but at the same time, once you know what the swatches are in The Sims 4, it's like really quick to just click an item and click a swatch and that's it. It's like there are fewer decisions to make, so I do appreciate that way of building as well. But I think, yeah, it's just different strokes for different folks, as it were. I kind of hope we'll hear some more about The Sims 5 soon enough, because Life by You got announced recently and I think that looks really cool as well. It gives me much more Sims 3 vibes, so I really think that it would be good if EA revealed some more things about Sims 5 soon, and I don't know, like let us know when it's coming out. That would be cool. Anyway, so thanks for staying until the end of the video. If you've made it this far, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment if you want to, and I will see you in the next video.